Hello everybody, my name is Victor, and the reason I'm recording this video is to very quickly show you what I call language learning hacking. As you can see, my whole education has been in linguistics and applied linguistics. I have a bachelor's degree in linguistics, master's degree computational linguistics, and a PhD in applied linguistics, which I'm about to finish. I've worked for several language learning companies. You can see the list here. I've learned quite a few languages throughout my life, and I'm always learning foreign languages. I've taught English and Portuguese for a really long time as well. So language learning is something that's very close to my heart and I'm very passionate about. Now, it's very important when we learn a foreign language that we know exactly what tools will bring us the most benefit. So in this short video, I just want to share with you what I consider to be the most essential tools for anybody learning foreign languages, regardless of the language that you're learning. Here's a quick list. You're going to need 3 Chrome extensions: Google Translate, Transover, Video Speed Controller, and 4 web pages that I always have open as well: Tatueba, Reversal Context, Google Translate, and Google Images Tiny URL. I'm going to explain to you exactly how each one of these 7 tools can be useful. Let's start with the Google Translate extension. I have it right here. You can see the symbol. And basically, if you're reading a text in a foreign language, here, for example, I select a certain sentence and it gives me the translation. Google Translate does. I can click here to listen to Russian.
А еще он умеет пошутить так, чтобы было смешно.
As you can see, the quality of the audio is not perfect because it's text-to-speech, it's a machine. And you can listen to English as well.
And he knows how to joke, so that was funny.
So that's a little bit better. For those of you who have a Mac, you can actually use the Mac voices. So I'm going to play the shortcut for the Mac voices here.
А еще он умеет пошутить так, чтобы было смешно.
I find it to be a little bit better, but the really cool thing about Google Translate is that you can later select a text, and if you use something like Enki in order to keep track of your sentences and study them, you can just copy, paste here. It works really nice. Now, you have to select the word, right, with Google Translate. The second tool, which is Transover, what I really like about it, and here is the extension, is the fact that you can simply hover over a word and it's going to give you the translation. So if you're reading a text, it's much easier to just hover over the word instead of having to select the word or sentence, right? Here it gives you the translation. Now, if you do want to have it translate a sentence, for example, then yes, you do have to select it. This is Google Translate, and then there's a short key. In my case, it's Command. It's going to show the Transover translation, which actually uses the Google Translate API. But what I really like about it is the fact that you can simply hover over the text on a word level, and that really helps me read texts when I'm studying. It works on various different platforms. So that's Transover. Let's go to Video Speed Controller. If you're listening to something on YouTube, you can use the Video Speed Controller, which is the 3rd extension. And what it does is it allows you to play with the speed of a video. So if you're not an advanced listener yet of that foreign language, you can actually reduce the speed of the video so that you can understand more. So let's say I'm listening to this one, which has subtitles. You can see right now that the speed is 0.8 because I reduced it, but I'm going to play with it a bit so you see. 1-0.
Пошел на запад, где заходит солнце, а 4-й последовал в направлении полярной звезды. Царь послал на поиск воды своих 4 генералов во все стороны света. Первый генерал пошел на восток, к восходу солнца.
So that's really helpful. If you're finding a certain listening difficult on YouTube, you can actually slow down and you're going to be able to understand much more. This comes in very handy with another tool that I'm going to talk about, which is Google Translate. Okay, you know the Google Translate extension, and that's super useful for selecting text. Now there's one thing the extension doesn't have, which you're going to need the web page for Google Translate, and that's speech-to-text recognition. Okay, so for example, I'm going to play a Russian audio. Here I have Russian, here I have English. If I click on this button, it actually recognizes the audio input and transcribes everything in a target language for me. So let's play a little Russian audio.
Очень удобные.
And now I'm going to press the microphone and see.
Сегодня теплая и солнечная погода. Ты опоздала. Нет, я пришла рано. Она не дома.
So as you can see, my hands were up. I'm not doing anything. All I did was play the target language. I pressed on the microphone and it transcribes everything. So that gives me an idea of exactly what they were saying in the target language, a rough translation in English, and once again I can copy and paste this into some software I would like. So the Google Translate webpage can be extremely useful if you're using speech recognition. Now let's go to Tatueba. What Tatueba does is, let's say you just learned the word, let's say дети, okay, which is children in Russian, and you would like some very simple sentences where the word is used. So we all know that seeing the word in context is very useful to help us learn. So here I'm going to change it to Russian to English, and I'm going to say, give me sentences where the word дети appears. Okay, so here you have kids. Listen. Слушайте, дети, right? Дети, слушайте. Вы дети. You are children. Where are the kids? Где дети? So if you're looking for very simple examples, Tatueba is definitely the tool you want to be using. It has a very large number of languages, as you can see. So you can translate from one to the other. It's crowdsourced, so not all translations will be available. Of course, the major languages will have more because people are adding all the time. But very useful tool if you're looking for short sentences containing the word you need to practice. Now, reversal context is similar to Tatueba, but it taps into a much larger database of parallel texts. So these are texts that have been translated into both languages by humans. For example, European Parliament, United Nations, movie subtitles. So if I click here, I'm doing English to Russian, I select the word shoes, and I press enter. It's going to give me a bunch of sentences that have the word shoes in English with their human translations in Russian, so that I can actually see what is the word for shoes in Russian. Okay, so here I can see that it's actually yellow, so it's really nice because shoes is the word I'm looking for. It's very easy to find what it means in the target language. We have basically обувь and туфли. Okay, туфли, обувь, туфли. Now, you may ask yourself, gosh, that's really nice. I have awesome sentences, I have the translation, I can learn it, but which one should I use, обувь or туфли, right? Now, in this case, the translation doesn't help. That's when we go to our very last tool, which is Google Images Tiny URL. This is a slightly different version of Google Images, and basically, let's get this word, туфли. I'm trying to select it, but it's a little hard. Okay. Here we go, and I'm going to throw it there. Okay, here you can see what the pictures are. So it is shoes, but as you can see, туфли seems to be feminine shoes by the pictures, from the pictures. Now if I go back there and I choose, instead of туфли, I choose обувь, which is what I had before, you're going to see that the pictures will be different, and maybe it's no longer female shoes, but something else. That's обувь. So this seems to be something that a male would wear as well. So you would give priority to this word if you're talking about your male shoes, whereas if you have heels, you would give preference to туфли. Okay? Very useful if you want to check the meaning through pictures of concrete words, and once again, you can copy them here. Copy image, you can paste them into Anki, which is another great tool you could be using. Anyways, very short video. I hope you guys liked it. These are the tools I use on a daily basis, very useful. Let me know if you guys liked it, and please share. The more people learning foreign languages and knowing about these tools, the better. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Udachi, good luck. Keep learning foreign languages, guys. Thank you very much. Trying to stop the video. Let's see how I do that. Alright, bye.